Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. Today we are getting some warnings from the universe. So I've asked and the universe has delivered. I've pre-shuffled the cards, so just a quick trigger warning. If you're feeling sensitive and you're afraid you might hear something you're not ready to hear, maybe skip this one because it is hot in the kitchen today. The tea is hot and we're going to spill it in the most gentle of ways. So when you've decided which one draws you in the most, you can find the timestamps in the description below. And I will meet you at your reading. The universe has a warning about what is yet to come, so let's get down to it. Group number 1. So, hello and welcome to all of my wonderful group 1s. So let's get straight to the point and straight down to business, because the universe wants me to tell you this business because somebody is keeping their business to themselves and not sharing this with you. There's something you don't see about someone in your energy. This could be a friend, a family member, a lover. If you're single, it could be someone you're newly dating, or it could be someone that admires you and wants to date you, but is going the wrong way, the shady way about it. Because you are not seeing that there is someone who is not an energetic match to you. And maybe your intuition could have told you, there's something off with this person, and maybe you overlooked your own intuition. You told yourself you were being judgmental and not to be so harsh or so quick to decide when it comes to someone. Like I said, for some of you, this could be a family member of yours and you're blinded to some sort of deception or betrayal that you're not aware of. Now, this could be something that would hurt you to find out. It mightn't necessarily be something that someone is doing to you, but someone is betraying either you, your family, or themselves. Someone could be leading a double life with the Two of Cups in reverse, but this is all about betrayal, broken hearts, someone seeing something and their world shattering because they were blinded to this reality about someone. So Spirit is saying, group 1, when it comes to this person in your energy, whoever they are, use your head over your heart, because in this situation with this certain someone, choosing your heart over your head is going to get it broken. And even if people or the universe is warning you against this person, maybe you're trying to make a point that you won't be told what to do and you'll see for yourself. But this is you being stubborn and learning the hard way, making a point, but ultimately ending up as the example, ultimately. And it just gives people a reason to say, I told you so. There could be very condescending family members, for example, that are telling you, no, this is not a good idea. Don't go there. I don't agree with this. Their energy doesn't match yours. And you feel like people just have bad vibes, or they aren't happy for you or aren't supporting you. But the reality is people feel like they're losing their voice trying to tell you. It's like talking to a wall, because maybe you are determined not to see someone's shady ways, even if everyone else, it could be obvious to them that they're shady as hell, but you are overlooking this, giving someone the benefit of the doubt. But the universe is saying you need to have your doubts instead of just blindly trusting what someone tells you. Someone could be stalking you from fake accounts. Someone could be getting readings on you too. And like I said, this could be someone who on the outside has all the good intentions, but on the inside, they have a lot to hide. They have a lot of skeletons in their closet. And for some of you, this person could just have sort of an abyss, a void inside their soul. And they use things, people, validation to try fill this. But ultimately, this person is like a bottomless pit. And their genuine intentions are actually very shallow and vapid when you take away the smoke and mirrors. So the smoke is clearing and the universe is going to give you clarity about this person. They don't match your vibe. They don't match your energy. And instead of bringing you up a level, they actually take you down a level. They cramp your style. But like I said, it feels like you've given them the benefit of the doubt and you just love them like family, like a part of the furniture. But the universe is saying this person is foxy. So keep your wits about you because foxes will strike when people think nobody is watching them. So someone is doing shady things when somebody isn't watching them. And they could have fake accounts online or kind of different websites is what I'm picking up. They could be getting readings. For some of you, this person could even be doing, spell work. It's like they want you to stay blind because you receiving clarity would mean they don't have access anymore. But with this person, when they get access, they go to the extremes. They are excessive and they're insatiable in one way or the other. And yes, the fox might get the chickens when the farmer isn't looking. So yeah, the universe is saying don't count your chickens before they hatch with this person. Don't put all your eggs in their basket or your heart in their hands because they might drop it. And you might feel like your heart is in your mouth listening to this, but the universe is giving you this harsh warning saying that it's better to have your heart in your mouth now because it's your mouth, because this person is going to chew up your heart and spit it out. And you're going to feel like you missed all the signs, but you didn't miss them. This could be intentional overlooking. You just don't want to see the signs. You want to ignore your intuition, but you're a psychic group 1 and you can't help but pick up on the energy around you. And it's like your first intuition, your first hit was correct, but you overlooked it and overwrote something about your path. So this person was actually here to block your path instead of helping to elevate you and bring you up. This person wants to stop you in your tracks and keep you stuck because they want to make the most of a situation. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it, and it's fine because they're getting away with it. So this mightn't be something like cheating, but for example, this could be a family member stealing money, having gambling addictions, creating fake accounts, and trying to outfox their family. Or this could be a friend that is maybe going to extremes and you're choosing to overlook this, but don't be blinded. This person is toxic and you have to go with your head over your heart on this one. Even if this person really has your heart or has been in your heart a long time, there could be a deep love and bond there, a deep friendship. but there's something fake. And you know, I keep it real here with you. And when it comes to this stage in your life, if it's not real, you don't want it. So if someone is acting like they have a lot of real love to offer, this to me is like a takeaway versus a restaurant. A takeaway might be quicker, instant gratification, but the restaurant will fill you, fill your soul, your heart. So I'm hearing Fast Love by George Michael. And that's just the energy, the vibe I'm getting. This person is easy, sleazy, and when it comes to their mind, they're just thinking, please me. And they may not be pleased if you call them out. But I feel like even if you have not seen something, you even seeing this is a sign, and it's telling you you are going to see something else, some sort of proof or evidence that this person is shady, and what they get up to behind closed doors is surprising, shocking even, and they ain't doing it behind your back, that's for sure. And the universe just wanted to let you know that whatever is done in the dark will come to light, and just wanted to bring a bit of light onto the subject. Don't get yourself played, because this person is, like I said, easy and sleazy and maybe even cheesy. So by seeing the truth, the harsh truth, it mightn't be pleasant to hear or to feel. You might be heartbroken to have to acknowledge this, but it's only a paper cut in comparison to how broken you will be if you continue to ignore the signs about this person. So I know this was a very specific message and hard to hear, and it can apply to different people for everyone. It's not necessarily in regards to love, but definitely pay attention to your lover. If you've been sensing there's something off, maybe your intuition is correct. So don't keep overlooking it, because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not. So don't take it from me, take it from your intuition. And the universe wanted to just remind you that you are psychic as fuck, and you need to listen to your first impressions, your first hits when you get them, because you don't get them for no reason. There's no such thing as coincidence, and it's no coincidence you're here today. If this has confirmed anything for you, well, you know what to do, Group 1. You've got this. So thank you so much for being here. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype if you can. If you swipe right in the comments. So yeah, especially if you're online dating, be careful, because someone might look the part, but it's all a facade. And yeah, so swipe right for the right ones, like me. And I hope this helped, and I hope to see and connect with all of you again in the next one. Until then, goodbye and God bless. Mwah. The universe has a message just for you, so let's go and get it for group number 2. Okay, so group 2. I had to restart this video. I was recording for like 2 minutes, and then I realized there was a item, a package on display that shouldn't have been. So obviously the Ace of Wands card is in reverse, but I'm just seeing now, since it's in reverse, I'm seeing Mom. So for some of you, your mom could have a message for you. Or if your mom is in spirit, your mother could have a divine message from you, for you. So if you've been kind of calling out to your mom, if you've been missing her a lot, I do feel like your mother will be sending messages to you, getting in touch with you, whether this is in the physical realm or in the spiritual realm. I do feel like your mother is significant. And nothing can stop a mother's love, not life nor death. So for some of you, if you're a mother as well, a mother's love is significant. If you're a father, maybe check in with the mother of your child, even if you're not in a relationship, because that's the thing. It takes two to tango, and it still takes two to raise a better version of you. So yeah, this is about you becoming a better version of you. Some of you could be raising better versions of you, but this is about self-improvement. But when it comes to improving yourself and working on yourself, your goals, your dreams, you need to have flexibility and time in order to do that. With the Lovers here, I feel like you've got a choice. So some of you, this could literally be a choice when it comes to Lovers. But the Lovers is all about commitment. And then on the flip side, the Ace of Wands in reverse is all about a lack of commitment. So they're very contradicting cards. And I do feel like some of you drawn here will be in a relationship, and others of you will be single as single can be, because either ways, you're feeling a disconnect when it comes to romance. You're feeling like you need some nurturing, need some love, but you're in a shell. You've got a wall up when it comes to that kind of love from someone else, a partner or a lover. And that's the thing. I feel like there is a disconnect. There's some sort of spike when it comes to your love life. Because even before I recorded this video, my headphones just died, and I thought they were fully charged, but they were just gone. So yeah, it feels like something is lacking in your love life, even if you have one. And some of you, it has been non-existent, but you've been okay with that. But you may have someone who is into you, and now it's about making the choice. Do you commit to someone, or do you keep on committing to you? Because some of you, you could feel like it's a choice, and maybe you don't have time for everything. You could feel like you have to juggle things already. So more commitment is not what you need, but you could have went to the extremes or the flip side and actually become a commitment phobe. Because with the wolf spirit here, it's like either you're in a pack or you're a lone wolf. And right now I'm just feeling more of a lone wolf mentality. With the podcast, some of you could be listening to an interesting podcast, or this could be you kind of just having that feeling that you don't want to hear anyone else talk. Everything just is sounding like noise. It's annoying, a buzz in your ear, like a fly you want to swat away. Things just aren't hitting the same, and you're thinking, what is it? Is it me? And yeah, you've actually just answered your own question. It is you, but not in the bad way, not in the way you think it is. This is actually the universe saying, group 2, if you feel like you've been restricted, repressed, like your voice hasn't been heard, and this could be in terms of career or relationship or anything really. But if you feel like your voice hasn't been heard, it's time to speak for yourself. If you've been speaking to your angels, your ancestors in spirit, with the past lives here, they're listening and they are coming through, because you are the next generation and you are the one that's here right now creating the future. They've done their part, they've done their work to get you here. And now that you're here, what are you going to do about it? Maybe you could feel like you can't have both, so it's either love or career. And maybe the universe is saying, yeah, right now you can't have both, because it's not possible if you've already got commitments or other things. You have to make time for your dreams. So sometimes creating time, space for something means we have to lack in something else, lack in another area. So yeah, I'm getting two distinct, one extreme or the other. Either you're a workaholic and you haven't had time for a romance, or you are a love bug and you love love, but you haven't made time for your dreams. So even for those who are in a relationship and you love love, you love being in love, I feel like you're feeling this lack from within you, that there's a part of your soul that you haven't made enough time for, that you haven't expressed or shown to the world. And the universe with the podcast is literally saying, speak for yourself. It's time to get out of that pack mentality. You're a leader and not a follower. And sometimes we have an example to lead from, but other times we have to lead by example. So until you express yourself, your voice is going to feel repressed. You may have to break through some sort of anxiety or fear. And if you feel like you're in a lack mentality, this is kind of keeping these areas of your life blocked. Because that's the thing, group 2. You can have everything you desire. You can have both. But this is about in the present moment. What do you have time for? What plants are you watering the most? What wolf are you feeding the most? What are you consuming? What's consuming you? And you can be happily single and still have chemistry with someone. And you can still be determined to live your life a certain way, but make a compromise if you find someone that matches your vibe, matches your freak. Group 2. I feel like you may be attending a meeting soon. So Spirit is saying, speak for yourself in this meeting. Don't let people overtalk you or interrupt you. If you have a point to make it. Even if you have to say it louder, speak up for yourself, because your input, your insight when it comes to this meeting is going to be priceless and valued. This is about you and your valuable time. And if you value your time, what are you using your time to do? Because if there's something you want to do, well, dreams don't work unless you do. And it's about asking yourself the question and finding the answer along the process. You don't have to have all the answers now. You don't have to be set in your ways. You can be flexible. You can make a compromise. If you've been feeling guilty about the past and regret, especially when it comes to things like grief, Spirit is saying, get rid of that guilt. You can't just get rid of grief. And it's not as easy as that, just getting rid of guilt. But guilt is a lot easier to get rid of and alleviate than grief, because grief almost becomes a part of us and we become a new version of ourselves, and a more broken but a wiser version of ourselves. So what broke you in the past actually made you stronger, and it made you wiser. And you've known heartbreak, you've known pain, you've known grief and guilt, but you've also known everything on the other side. Happiness, dreams, good luck. You know, you are the creator of your own destiny. You're the architect. So it's time to really just zone and hone in as to what you want to do next. Your potential is unlimited, and even the car is speeding up in the background. That's telling me that your acceleration is all guns blazing. You are going places, group 2, but sometimes when we're stuck in our own guilt and grief and stuck in our ways, it's literally called stuck in our ways, and we're not willing to move an inch, you know, we can actually block ourselves unintentionally. So don't tell yourself you can't have it all. Even if you can't have it all right now, just repicture it, reimagine it, that even if you don't have time for everything right now, you can still, manage your time better and make room for everything that makes you happy. And it doesn't have to be one extreme or the other, or black and white, because when everything is too set in the ways or black and white, sometimes we can lose the color. And you have a very colorful imagination, a very colorful aura. Some of you could be in the LGBT community, but that's the thing. You have a voice. You have a point to make. You were put here to be a leader, be that CEO instead of the one that's told to shut up, sit down and make the coffee. No, you're the one that people need to make coffee for, because your imagination is valuable and priceless. And whatever wolf we feed, so make time to feed your imagination, things that make you happy, your hobbies, your passions, even if you're not an expert in your field. That's the thing. Learning more, that can be a passion. When there's something we're interested in, we can't get enough. We can't learn enough. We never stop learning. And our minds are like sponges. So this is the universe bringing you in a warning or a caution that if you don't feed your imagination or fuel your dreams, then they will get overlooked and they'll start to fade away. It's making me think of that film, not Turning Red, what was it? The one about the emotions. But anyway, my point being, you know, all the emotions do build up inside us. And I kind of forgot my point that I was trying to make there, but ultimately I made the point of the reading. So sometimes when we nitpick the little details, we can overthink it and, you know, ruin it for ourselves. If we just keep telling ourselves, you can't do it, this is too hard, how are you going to do that? Just stop asking questions and just be the solution. Group 2, you are the solution. You are the voice. You've got the X factor, and those who don't see it must be blind. And you have to see it in yourself before others can see it in you, because until you see it in yourself, you're not going to have the confidence to even show it to others. So show off what your mama gave you, because you didn't get these gifts for no reason. You were born to be seen. So don't overlook yourself or overlook your own dreams, because they've only just begun and they haven't even bloomed yet. It's going to be beautiful when it comes to you being on the other side. Your future self is there waiting for you in all your glory. You just have to be ready to go there and accelerate towards that future self you know you are, because it's already happened. It's already been. You've done it already. Even if it's hard and we have to keep the faith in ourselves now, even when it feels like there's not many others that have faith. We have to keep going, and the momentum just gets stronger and faster the more we move. So if you've been feeling stuck, get moving. Your dreams, your passions are going to fuel that fire. Don't let it burn you, but don't burn yourself out either. Take rests if need be. And remember that your voice is powerful. Use it for whatever cause you feel like you are pulled to, because that's no accident, and you're on the road to doing what you're meant to do, and you're the architect of your own destiny. Arkansas could be significant for some of you, but that's the thing. It's already happened. It's already there. You've already put this into motion. Your imagination is that powerful. It's already there. But you just have to do the physical work, because spiritually, it's all ready. It's all waiting, but you just have to tune up your own spirituality, your own confidence, turn up your own voice, because the world's going to hear what you've got to say. Group 2. So yeah, if you feel like you have to make a choice between love and career, just know that you can make time for both, but which one succeeds the most is the one that you feed the most. So keep that in mind, but ultimately this is looking good, and so are you, group 2. So the universe wanted to give you a warning, but a little pep talk in the process. So let me know if you enjoyed this, if you needed that pep talk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video. If you haven't already, just swipe right. And yeah, some of you could be swiping right. And that's the thing, you will find someone that you click with, but whether they're going to be in your clique, in your wolf pack, or you're going to remain a lone wolf is yet to be seen. The rest is still unwritten, group 2. So yeah, if you're a writer, you don't need the bolt of divine inspiration because it's all there in you already. You just need to tune and tap back in because it's all there, baby, and you know it because you're a psychic too. Your intuition knows, and you are going in the right direction. So I hope to see and connect with all of you again in the next one. And until then, goodbye and God bless. Mwah. The universe is calling. What can we see? What is the warning for my group number 3s? Okay, so welcome to my group number 3s. So your cards are very interesting indeed. And I feel like this is a very specific message. For most of you, this is about a karmic friend. And this doesn't have to be, you know, a close friend or a long-term friend. This could even be an acquaintance that you find yourself growing closer to, someone you find yourself more and more intrigued about. And that's the thing, the universe has a warning about a certain karmic friend or friends because this person was sent actually as a karmic lesson to you. And if you don't take heed or take the wisdom, then you will be the one who feels hard done by at the end of it. Yeah, so I was thinking of a story just looking at these cards, and it's called The Scorpion and the Frog. So someone could be a Scorpio. Shout out to my fellow Scorpios. And this is no diss to the Scorpios at all, but in the story, the frog and the scorpion, they both want to cross the river, but it would be quicker if they worked together and traveled together. And they decided they would do just that so they could get to the other side. And I don't know if the Scorpio had promised the Scorpio. So yeah, there definitely could be a Scorpio for some of you. But the scorpion promised that it wouldn't hurt the frog or sting the frog because obviously the scorpion was more of a predator than this frog. And they were halfway across the river and the scorpion decides to sting the frog, and the friend, someone could be called Frank. And this is a very frank and honest message from the universe. The frog says, "Why did you sting me? Now we're both going to drown and die." Because, you know, the ship was going to go down with them. Yeah, so don't go down with this ship, the universe is saying. And after the frog asked that question, "Why did you do this? Now we're both gonna die," the scorpion said, "Because it's in my nature." So someone is very self-destructive, and not only are they toxic to themselves, but they're toxic to everyone else around them. And that's the thing. You don't want to go down with this person or go down the drain. I'm hearing guilt by association for some people. This could literally be a criminal. So you don't want to have guilt by association. Yeah, because someone may be preparing, getting ready to maybe speak about or talk on this person. So that's specific for some of you. With the cult leader here, it's also making me think of that cult, that guy, what was his name? Jim Jones. And that's where, you know, the phrase would come, "drink the Kool-Aid," because he's the one that told his followers to drink the Kool-Aid. And the Kool-Aid killed them all because it was poisoned. So don't drink from the poisonous cup. Even if you think it's your friend, you're sharing it with. Yeah. Because someone's intentions are not good. And with the King of Swords in reverse, this is literally a dangerous opponent. And this person will hurt you, even if that's just emotionally. They will hurt themselves, but they're so desensitized to pain that if they're not hurting other people, well, they don't really know what to do because they get so bored. They're easily bored. They're frivolous. I feel like they grew up this way, and this person is actually, a wolf in sheep's clothing. There is a lion here, so this person is a predator. The universe is saying, are you the hunter or are you the prey? Because not everyone in your pack is who they claim to be, because someone is in disguise. Someone does not have pure and innocent intentions. What's the opposite of innocence? Guilty. So someone is guilty of something, a manipulator, a fraud. Maybe this person literally will be a cult leader one day, because that's the energy I'm getting. And this might be a hurtful message. It might sting, but literally just like the scorpion sting, this person will sting you if you let them get close enough. And if you reveal too much to them, you're left with nothing. So whatever information you give them, they turn that knowledge into ammunition and a way of controlling you. So it's like what you tell them can and will be used against you. Yeah, so literally someone could be getting arrested at some point. For some of you, a workplace could be significant. But this sign, men working, some of you could work in a construction site, but this is you trying to build up yourself, build up your goals, your dreams. You are building up that safe space for yourself, because maybe for a while you felt insecure, you felt lost. And this is you building everything up, wanting to find your community, the right things and people around you. And that's the thing, you are kind, you're compassionate, you're very emotionally mature, and you think from the heart. Some of you could wear your heart on your sleeve, but you are open-minded. You don't just judge a book by its cover, because you know it's all about what lies beneath. But when it comes to someone, you may have misread them, because what lies beneath is something very dark and deluded indeed. So this person could literally be deluded, a legend in their own mind. Yeah, literally, because with suicide here, I'm the cult leader, that made me think of Jim Jones. But this person could be so manipulative that they gaslight and they make you feel like even the destruction they cause or the mess they make is your fault, and it's your job to clean it up, or they want you to clean up after them in some sense, because they're messy, and it's like their messy ways, it's going to be their downfall. Like I said, they're going down the drain, but you don't have to go down with them. And if you're on this ship with them, whether that's a friendship or a relationship, a lot of nautical references, so emotions could be running high, but you're not going to go down with this ship. That's the thing. If you've got other friends or, support systems, family members, you can jump ship. There are support boats, lifeboats. And even if this person is fun and it's like a party being with this person, they could be so much fun, so charismatic, and you just can't help but want to be in their presence. That's how powerful they are, but they're using their powers for bad and not good, and they know what they're doing. They want to reel you in, they want to reel everyone in, because they want to be in the spotlight, the center of attention. But don't think they won't turn on you when the time is right. If you let them get close enough to sting you, they will, because their intentions are not pure. They're guilty of something. which for sure would be manipulation, gaslighting. They could have done this in the past, and they're coming through as a karmic lesson, because if you don't learn from them and learn from this example, you will be made the example of. You don't want to be the punchline of this person's joke, because they could be the type that puts others down to raise themselves up. This person is not afraid to step on people's heads, especially when it comes to getting their way, getting what they want. And if there is no way ahead of them, they will find a way. They're determined, and they're so determined to get their own way that it's actually dangerous. So play with fire and you'll get burnt, because this conditioning card literally did get burnt. And yeah, now it's not in mint condition, it's damaged. So even if you were burned by this person, or scammed, for example, or, betrayed, this is you learning that if you're not the hunter in this life, you're the prey. And this person is cruel unnecessarily. You can be a hunter without being cruel. You can be a humane hunter. In fact, you don't need to take anyone's life. You don't need to take anything from anyone. You're not a taker, you're a giver. But this person is a taker, and they will take as much as you give, and they will take for as long as you let them, because it all fuels their fire. So they don't care if other people burn out, because they want that hype, they want those flames, and they don't care what the consequence is. So this person lives without consequences, and you don't want to deal with the consequences of how you're going to feel if and when this person lets you, hurts you, lets you. So this person could be very bossy and possessive, controlling. They think they can tell people what they can and can't do, let you. Confirmation. And if they treat people like animals and speak down to them, or they're cruel unnecessarily, well, they can't be surprised if people start to bite that hand. So yeah, this person could say, don't bite the hand that feeds you. But that's the thing. I don't think you want to be fed by this person, whether that be food or drinks, because yeah, like I said, the Kool-Aid, it might look great on the outside, but when you take a sip, you will regret that. There are consequences to that action, and this person lives without consequences, but you don't. You live by your heart. I'm hearing live and die by your heart. But this person is actually a little bit heartless. So I'm hearing the Kanye West song Heartless, and this is just in this person's nature. Maybe they were born that way, maybe they were raised that way in a toxic environment, but whatever it is, their morals, their empathy is lacking, and they're all about themselves, and they will step on anyone to get where they need to be. So don't go down with this ship, like Spirit was saying, because you have plenty of other ships to take care of and to maintain. So you don't need to maintain any relationships that you feel like you're the one that is being used, or you're the one that has to listen and do what you're told. Hello, group 3. No matter what your gender, you, the man, you are working on yourself. You're tapping in to your divine masculine, your doing energy. And that's the thing. You don't mind doing the hard work. But this person doesn't want to do any work. They want to get people to do the work for them, like slaves. So yeah, that's them digging their own grave, and you ain't getting in there with them. So if you feel unsafe in their company, if you feel like they could turn on you, just know that cruelty is in some people's nature. And we don't always get what we think we're given. So just be wary of those who are disguised as friends but really working as ops. The devil finds work for idle hands, and this person is doing the devil's work, whatever way that may be. But don't go down the drain with them, because they will drain all of your energy. Keep that for you, because you're here to do God's work. And that's why God actually stepped in with a message and a warning telling you that opposites may attract, but you and this person are like chalk and cheese. This person's energy is going to interfere with yours, and you don't want any of that icky or nasty residue to rub off on you. So maybe review your pack, your friend list, because there may be a predator in there somewhere. And this person could be like the boy who cried wolf. So that could be significant too, a pathological liar. So if they've lied before, they'll lie again. If they've hurt you before, they'll do it again. If you've been burnt before, well, you'll be burnt again. So extinguish that flame, that fire, that relationship, because they'll extinguish yours if you're not careful. And they'll still blame it on you, because that's what manipulators and gaslighters do. Oh, it's your own fault. You made me do it. Okay, whatever. But group 3, you're doing you. You're doing it beautifully. And as long as you feel safe, you're in the right place. So if anyone makes you feel unsafe, well, there's no room for them at your place. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, who this is, if you resonated. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype if you can. It's a new feature on YouTube. And yeah, basically the universe just wanted to tell you that you are the hunter, not the prey, but you are the best kind of hunter. You only attack if you need to, or, you know, if you're in danger, if you need to defend yourself. So you won't need to defend yourself if you get rid of the ops. Get them out of the way before they get in your way, if you know what I'm saying. So thank you so much for being here. I've got to go and feed my cat. So, yeah. Something about biting the hand that feeds you. And the universe doesn't want your hand to get bitten. And yeah, don't be afraid to bite back. I am the tiger, baby. That could be significant too. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see and connect with you in the next one. Until next time, goodbye and God bless. Mwah.